in this tournament, as we are just moments away from kickoff between these two great sides who are looking to find their way into the next round.
Para este partido de la Liga de Campeones, Concacaf, Scotiabank.
San Juan Jabloteh, founded in 1974. They play their home games at Hasley Crawford Stadium, which is the home to several different teams in the Trinidad and Tobago Pro League, as the processions will start here in San Juan, and we will take a look at both teams entering the pitch tonight. Both teams getting set here, as Santos will be the home side in this first leg of the round of 16 of the 2017 Scotiabank Concacaf League, as the teams exchanging pleasantries here. And first we will take a look at the lineups for the home team, which is AD Santos de Guápiles. And for Johnny Chavez, they will go with a very similar lineup to their previous game. And you see there Brian Morales getting the start. In goal, Michael Barquero at the center back position. Ian Smith in the middle of the field. Kenny Cunningham will be up top. Eder Monguillo, who scored a brace in their most recent match in the Costa Rican League. Raymond Salas, Houston Salas, the two brothers. Juan Diego Madrigal at the back. Wilmer Azofefa will be in the middle of the park. Jose Garro and Starling Vega up top as well. And you see there Johnny Chavez in charge of this Costa Rican side. And you take a look there at Santos, who qualified for the 2017 Scotiabank CONCACAF League as a non-champion, second best aggregate in the 2016-2017 season, and taking a historic picture, their first ever appearance in the Scotiabank CONCACAF League. And our officials for tonight, you see there Armando Castro in the middle. He will be in charge of all the important decisions in the middle of the park. The Honduran, along with a couple of Hondurans out wide, as well as a Nicaraguan. So that is our refereeing crew, as you see the two captains there, Eder Monguillo as well as Damian Williams, shaking hands, coin flips, flag exchanging, all of it. Historic moments here in the Estadio Ricardo Saprissa Jaime. As you see here now, a nice round of applause for the two teams, as we are almost ready to get this started here in the round of 16. But now we will take a look at the starting lineups for San Juan Jabloteh FC, team out of the Trinidad and Tobago Pro League. And you see there Shema Lewison will be in goal, Josiah Trimmingham at the back, Akeem Benjamin, Keithy Simpson, Damian Williams is the big goal scorer up top, wearing number 11 and wearing the captain's armband. Keon Joseph, Jesus Perez, Verlon Mills, Javon Morris, who scored a goal in San Juan Jabloteh's most recent game, and Adrian Reed, as well as Nathan Lewis. Lewis with 5 goals in the Caribbean Club Championship tournament, in which Jabloteh fell in the final 2-0. And there you see a look at the Trinidad and Tobago team's substitutes on the bench, who will be looking to make an impact. And take a look at both options available for both Johnny Chavez as well as Keith Jeffrey, and a couple of starters from Santos's most previous domestic league game. Bonnet, as we are underway for the first leg of the 2017 Scotiabank Concacaf League. Tyler Terrans here, glad to have you with us, as these two teams will be looking to advance to the round of 8. Obviously the first leg of 2, a home and home between these two sides. Next game will be played at the Hosley Crawford Stadium in Trinidad and Tobago, which acts as the home of San Juan Jabloteh. This is not the original home of AD Santos de Guápiles. They play their games normally at the Estadio Abel Rodriguez, which holds about 3,000 fans, but here in Saprissa, this holds close to 21,000, and a great venue for what should be a fantastic tournament. And you can see already tactics here from San Juan Jabloteh, electing to sit in a bit deeper, allowing AD Santos a lot of space to play. Barquero was moving forward, as there is going to be an early foul on San Juan, and it'll be a set-piece opportunity for the team out of Costa Rica, who elect to play quickly. And you take another look there, as it was Verlin Mills who was responsible for that foul. And you see Johnny Chavez in charge of the Santos team, who's had a couple of turnovers in coaches over the past 5 or 6 years, looking to make an impact here in the Scotiabank Concacaf League, as it is offside. And it'll be a free kick to this San Juan Jabloteh team, who started off nicely. And Keith Jeffrey had his team flying at the beginning of the season, as they strung together 3 wins in a row against Defense Force, Morvan, Caledonia, and St. Anne's Rangers, but then dropped their last 2 games. As here's an early opportunity for Santos, sent into the middle. There's a touch as Monterita goes for the foul. It is going to be a penalty just inside of 2 minutes. Santos looked dangerous from the get-go, as both players are down. It was Monterita and Keithy Simpson who collided. Or rather, that was Akeem Benjamin for San Juan Jabloteh. As we'll take another look. See there Benjamin and Monterita getting tangled up, and it will be an early penalty to the Costa Rican side, who are looking to take advantage of this early opportunity, as Benjamin receiving some medical treatment, and not a great start for San Juan Jabloteh. Benjamin will attempt to walk this off, and it looks like it's going to be Kenny Cunningham, the 32-year-old, who was born in Limon, Costa Rica, where Santos normally play their home games. And now a very early task for Shamel Lewison. And the same at that for Kenny Cunningham in his 2nd season with Santos. Cunningham to put Santos in front, and he does it. Kenny Cunningham gets Santos off to a flying start here in the Monsters Cave here in central Costa Rica. It's 1-0 to Santos here in the first leg of the round of 16 of the 2017 Scotiabank Concacaf League. And it's every coach's dream to go up 1-0 inside of 4 minutes, and Kenny Cunningham making that dream come true, as we'll take another look at the penalty. Knew exactly what he wanted to do the entire way, puts his head down and just thumps it into the bottom left corner. Lewison gets the wrong way, and Cunningham made him pay. As cool as you'd like from Cunningham. And the first goal in Santos history in the Scotiabank Concacaf League. can see there what it means to the fans who traveled all the way into the middle of the country from Limon. So Cunningham's penalty kick in the 4th minute right now is the difference between these two sides. And San Juan did look a little shaky at the start of it, and they certainly paid for it. San Juan trying to get into trouble. This is cleared away. And it is going to be another foul against San Juan. Verlin Mills, the culprit on that occasion. Here is Kenny Cunningham, the goal scorer. And that early goal certainly changes the game plan of Keith Jeffrey and this Trinidad and Tobago side, as it looked like they were going to be comfortable with sitting in, absorbing pressure, and then trying to hit Santos on the counter. But now down a goal, they're going to have to stretch a little bit. Great 1-2 touch football here from Santos. Switching the field of play nicely. Cunningham. Fans asking for a call. They're not going to get one, but it's quickly turned over. Salas. Has a Feifa going out wide. Early service comes in, it takes a deflection, it's loose in the box, and finally cleared away by San Juan, who are really on their heels. Santos with applied pressure here. Cunningham, decent service in, but that's cleared away by Akeem Benjamin, who appears to be okay after that challenge that cost San Juan the penalty. Another low ball sent in, cleared away, but San Juan pinned back on their own 18 here. Taking a lot of pressure. There's a nice touch into space, sent across. The shot from Azofeifa nowhere near the frame, and it's finally collected by Shamel Lewison, 26-year-old keeper out of Granada in his 2nd season with San Juan Jabloteh. And first real spell of possession for the Trinidad and Tobago side. Lost their most recent match in the Pro League to Club Sando. Javon Morris, the goal scorer, in a 2-1 decision. And before that, it was a 3-1 loss to W Connection. And that time it was Josiah Trimmingham getting the tally for Keith Jeffrey's side. And as I mentioned before, they were able to string together 3 wins at the beginning of the season against St. Anne's Rangers, 2-0 win. As it was Reed scoring from a penalty kick, as well as Campbell in the 92nd, both goals coming north of 87 minutes. So certainly a dramatic game at home at the Hasley Crawford Stadium. San Juan trying to get something going offensively here. Good touch from Morris, trying to keep it in play, but the assistant referee has his flag up, and it'll go back to Santos. Javon Morris, as we mentioned before, the most recent goal scorer for this Trinidad and Tobago side. Bad giveaway there from Santos, as they'll have to regroup defensively. Keithy Simpson trying to bring it down. Keem Benjamin. And Jabloteh will start things over again. Santos pressing a little bit higher up the field, trying to win the ball back, but San Juan for the moment doing a good job of possessing. Just trying to break the Santos high line. They had difficulty in the first 2 minutes, just trying to get the ball out of their own area, and then it was a foul committed by Akeem Benjamin on Starlin Matarrita that eventually led to the Kenny Cunningham penalty kick. They got things started in the 4th minute. Here is Matarrita. Azofeifa. Good movement here from Santos. Cunningham tried to go out wide. It was a good sliding challenge. And Santos will have to restart again. Santos qualifying, being the runners-up and having the second best aggregate in Liga FPD, Football Primera Division. Santos doing a good job of right now, even when they give the ball away, tracking back and making sure that San Juan doesn't hit them on the counterattack. Still plenty of time for this Trinidad and Tobago team to try to get back into it, but certainly not a great start. Second leg between these two teams will be played about 8 days from now in Trinidad and Tobago, as that pass is not able to find the foot of Josiah Trimmingham. Barquero striding forward. He was looking for Cunningham, but the pass is cut out by Trimmingham. And San Juan trying to get something started on the counterattack here. Here's a big touch into space, but Cunningham doing a good job of tracking back and making sure that Jabloteh doesn't get anything stirring. And that ball will roll all the way back to Brian Morales, who gets his first touch of the evening right around the 13-minute mark. Morales, the 24-year-old from Costa Rica, been with the club since he's 18 years old. And has not had much work to do up until this point, that being his first touch, which you just saw. Santos looking to open up San Juan once more. Being encouraged on by the home side here, as Cunningham wasn't on the same page as his teammate. And it is going to be a foul against the team from Guápiles. Azofeifa, the culprit there. Ball takes a big bounce over, and Matarrita now off to the races, looking to put pressure on the San Juan keeper. But Lewison does a good job and clears it towards the other side of the field. Adrian Reed lets it run all the way back. Reed converting that penalty in the 88th minute against St. Anne's Rangers a couple weeks ago. As we mentioned before, Santos with their most recent match on this past Saturday, beating Perez Zeledon thanks to a brace from Eder Monguillo in the 62nd and 68th minute, as well as a penalty kick converted by Kenny Cunningham, and the icing on the cake from Raymond Salas. So 2 games and 2 penalty kick conversions for Kenny Cunningham, who seems to be their specialist in that area. Barquero. Cunningham. Bad giveaway there from Barquero. Good control from Nathan Lewis. 5 goals in the Caribbean Club Championships. Getting to the final, which earned them the right to play in the 2017 Scotiabank Concacaf League. So certainly an important part of this team, but they have yet to be able to find him in open space and really anywhere close to goal, as Santos have dominated the opening 16 minutes or so. Cunningham in lots of space, slipping it through for Matarrita. Matarrita sends it across, looking for Cunningham. Oh, and it's just wide. Superb football from Santos, and they get a round of applause from the home crowd. Cunningham's header just whiskers wide here as you take another look. Great idea from Cunningham, just trying to nod that ball down on the ground towards the far post. Him and Matarrita clearly reading the same book, as they were on the exact same page there. But just inches wide of a brace, and it remains 1-0. Jabloteh almost caught themselves in some serious trouble there. Lewis and Morris, nice little 1-2. Still Javon Morris. And he tries to go all the way over for Adrian Reed. Has to track back about 25 yards to go get the ball. Looking for Keithy Simpson, but that's going to go all the way back to Morales. San Juan only with a couple of options to look at offensively, as most of their players are tucked in behind the halfway line, more looking to defend than anything. For Matarrita, it's cut out by Benjamin. Lewison looking for Lewis, as Barquero will see that out. There you get a look at the 27-year-old in his 3rd season with San Juan Jabloteh. Keith Jeffrey trying to figure out a way to break down this Costa Rican side, which has looked very solid early on. Dominating most of the possession as Matarrita goes to ground. Morris stays with it with some good footwork here. And now it goes out wide for Lewis. Lewis curling it into the area. It's a decent ball. Still numbers here. Goes back out wide. The cross attempted. It's a good ball. Lewis was looking for it. As San Juan are looking for a penalty as well. They're not going to get one from head referee Armando Castro, but that's the first sign of life from San Juan that we've seen tonight. Started with Lewis on this near side, as they haven't been all that fond of going over to the left side. So this might be their wing of choice here on the near side on the bottom of your screen. Looking for Lewis one more time. Barquero tracking back. The ball looks like it's going to stay in for the moment. Barquero had to clear it out, and it will be a corner, the first of the evening for the Trinidad and Tobago side. Houston Salas has been with San Juan since he was 16 years old, organizing the defense back there. Joseph on the corner, doesn't get past the first defender. Back out for Morris, who takes a shot as it hits one of his own teammates. And it will be a goal kick coming for Brian Morales. But the shot from Javon Morris certainly had some sting to it. And I'm sure Keithy Simpson can attest. And that certainly looked like it was going to hit the frame, as Simpson just couldn't get out of the way in time. Reed with a strong header. Brought down by Cunningham. Matarrita taken down away from the ball as it's still into the area, and there's the save from Lewison as the shot didn't necessarily have all that much pace on it. And it's easy work for the 26-year-old keeper. Probably one of the better chances for Santos from the run of play. Their goal coming from a penalty kick from Kenny Cunningham. Second goal and second game of the season. Just played one game in the Primera Football Division so far. Reed being put under pressure by Matarrita. Takes a nice touch over towards the sideline. And a handball there from Verlin Mills. Gets a rise out of the crowd here from Estadio Ricardo Saprissa Aima. Azofeifa. Madrigal pushing forward. Trying to play a little 1-2 with Cunningham. No call from the referee, and it will be a throw-in for San Juan, as the home crowd not exactly happy with Armando Castro, the head referee. Showing that player on the far side got held up by the defender. Once again, Tyler Terrence here in San Jose, Costa Rica. San Juan looking to make something happen as they were looking for Nathan Lewis once more. Cut out though by Barquero, who was tasked with trying to deal with number 27. Cunningham looking to make an early run, but caught offside, and Santos will have to look for another option. Here's Azofeifa once more, pulling the strings in the middle of the field. Linking up with Cunningham. Getting to the outside, sending the cross, but it's cut out nicely by Adrian Reed, who's been playing a solid defensive game for the Trinidad and Tobago side. We're now looking to hold the ball up and maybe get a little bit of possession in here. They've been defending for most of the game as there's almost a bad giveaway, but a good touch from Keithy Simpson. Brought down nicely by Keon Joseph in his second season with San Juan. Morris trying the big switch over to Adrian Reed. But the pass from number 18 going all the way out of bounds as Keith Jeffrey not exactly happy with the idea from Javon Morris. Jamel Lewison trying to keep things organized at the back. Certainly a game that's going to ask a lot of communication from the goalkeeper. Cunningham towards the inside, going for the curler. Oh, and it's just wide again. Kenny Cunningham, one of the more dangerous players on this team. See the shot there, just going a few feet wide of the far post. And now Lewis has sent it to some space. Nathan Lewis with great pace. Gets around Barquero, drawing a double team here. And it ends up paying off as Santos win the ball back. Azofeifa feeling pressure from behind, But Santos coughing it right back up. Looking for the back heel was Keithy Simpson. But Morales coming off of his line and claims it. Certainly a good opportunity from San Juan, but they got a little bit anxious in the area. A little more than 20 minutes remaining in the first half of this first of two legs in the 2017 Scotiabank Concacaf League. Simpson goes down holding his head. Santos will play on. Nice touch out wide. Houston Salas, and then a foul against Jabloteh as Houston Salas goes down, the younger of the two Salas brothers. Take another look there at Keithy Simpson and why he was holding his head, and now this is the most recent foul. Captain Damian Williams committing at that time. 36-year-old out of Jamaica in his second season with San Juan. Spent some time in Norway's first division as well as Jamaica. Won the Jamaican Premier League in 2011-2012 season with Waterhouse. Jamel Lewison making sure that they don't give up a second goal midway through the first half. Nervy moments for this Trinidad and Tobago side, and we're just trying to keep things together here on the road in the first leg. And perhaps maybe find that magical away goal as the ball's sent in, flicked on by Matarrita, but always going over the net. And into the stands here at Estadio Ricardo Saprissa. Ball just a little bit too low for Matarrita to try to flick it on. You can see the agony there from Johnny Chavez. Nathan Lewis. His pass just out of the reach of Matarrita. That ball never going to find anybody in a green jersey, and it'll go back to Santos. Great movement here from Santos as it goes out wide. Cunningham looking for it, but cutting it out was Adrian Reed as he was positioned nicely to be able to make the interception. Trimmingham. Nathan Lewis looking to play a little 1-2. Nathan Lewis with plenty of space, has Simpson running with him. Still Nathan Lewis, sending it towards the top of the area. The shot takes a deflection, and it's going to be easy work for Morales, but it was offside. So the play will be blown dead, but more signs of life from San Juan Jabloteh as Lewis just cushioned it very nicely. And you can tell by the reaction from Keith Jeffrey that this Trinidad and Tobago side may not get all that many opportunities tonight, but when they do, they're going to have to take advantage of them. And it appears that Nathan Lewis, if San Juan is going to score, is most likely going to be involved in the play, as he played a solid match up until this point as Matarrita goes out wide. There's an early shot. It takes a deflection, and it's fumbled by the goalkeeper, but it is going to be offside. Jamel Lewison made a mess of it. But thankfully for the Trinidad and Tobago side, the assistant referee on the far side had his flag up, and it remains 1-0. And you take another look there. That's a great call from the assistant referee on the far side, as Raymond Salas was just a half a step offside. Miscue there from Madrigal. And now it's into space for Cunningham once more. Kenny Cunningham off to the races. Cunningham bending it in all the way through, but nobody able to tap it home for Santos. But the home crowd appreciating the effort from their team in red, as it was Raymond Salas once more on the back post, who was looking to get an easy goal as he was unmarked. And now the Olés starting to come out here in San Jose, Costa Rica, as they feel they're starting to put their stamp on this match here in the first leg of the Scotiabank Concacaf League. Matarrita onside, goes for the shot, and he's got the goal! Starlin Matarrita makes it 2 for Santos, and they've got a 2-0 lead here at home. Well, it took half an hour, but Santos finally get their goal from the run of play. And now you can start to hear the crowd here in full force. And that ball probably would have gone all the way through towards the byline if not for a touch from the San Juan back line. And then Matarrita, once he latched onto it, was all alone. Just needed to make sure that he put it on frame. And boy, did he ever. Had tons of power behind it. And nothing that Shamel Lewison could have done. Starlin Matarrita, the 27-year-old, originally from Guápiles, in his 7th season with the Lima side. Scoring a massive goal for the team, and in these first and second leg situations, you need to make the most of your opportunities at home, because you may not know how many of them are going to come on the road. And now Santos with a comfortable 2-0 lead. And San Juan Jabloteh really need to open it up a little bit here to see if they can get that precious away goal. They've been knocking on the door a couple of times through the first half an hour, but it hasn't amounted to anything quite yet. Barquero mistimes it as it goes all the way out wide. Ian Smith moving forward, looking for Cunningham. It takes a deflection and it'll stay with Santos. We're potentially looking to make it 3 here and maybe put this game out of the reach before the halftime whistle. Long ball sent ahead for Matarrita. He's onside here as he was trying to bring it down, but it's a heavy touch and falls nicely for Lewison. Benjamin with a big switch over to the far side and somehow finds the winger. Damian Williams. Lewis, great control. Nathan Lewis through one defender. Actually went through the legs of Houston Salas. As now Matarrita in plenty of space. He's been busy for the past 10 minutes. And Santos will slow things down with San Juan having 10 players inside of the halfway line. Goes out wide again for Salas. And there's a nasty challenge on Kenny Cunningham, who goes down in a heap. Jamaican Williams committing the foul there. And Armando Castro telling the captain to just calm down a bit. Barquero looking for Matarrita. San Juan cough it right back up. Trying to leave it off for Azofeifa. Was Salas. But San Juan come away with it once again. Good step here from Santos. Houston Salas towards the back post. The header from Azofeifa just wide. The crowd was starting to sense the chance was coming as they're encouraging their team onwards and upwards. They want more goals here. And they almost got another one by way of Azofeifa. And San Juan Jabloteh just trying to hold on for dear life here. Azofeifa. Matarrita once more. Barquero getting involved. It goes to Barquero. Trying to send in the cross. Blocked by Lewis, who's coming back for defensive responsibilities. And it will be a corner for the Costa Rican side. Another opportunity for Santos. So we're looking to put in as many as possible on this Trinidad and Tobago side before heading to TNT in about a week's time for the second leg of this round of 16 in the Scotiabank Concacaf League. Azofeifa in plenty of space, going for goal, and that's just wide once more. Two chances in about a minute for Wilmer Azofeifa, the 23-year-old who started and appeared in all 49 matches for Johnny Chavez a season ago in his third season for Santos. And you can see there, Costa Rican native just trying to go for the far post and his teammates loving the idea. Williams goes out wide for Nathan Lewis. San Juan looking for a tally maybe before the halftime whistle. Lewis was looking for Williams. It was a decent idea, but Williams just not on the same page as Nathan Lewis, who has been carrying the load offensively for Keith Jeffrey's side. Matarrita getting a quick rinse before heading back out onto the pitch and trying to get a touch on it as Javon Morris holds him up, and it will be a foul. But Santos looking to play clicky here, as Salas was looking for it. A neat touch from Javon Morris to get away from trouble, but he gives it right back. Matarrita, Azofeifa, great football here. Salas! Houston Salas makes it 3, and we're not even in the 40-minute mark. 3-0 to Santos. Well, how tidy of a finish was this from the 21-year-old Houston Salas? Knew exactly what he wanted to do with it. Opens up the hips and just strokes it into that far post. As cool as you'd like from about 18 yards out. Lewison has fumbled a couple of shots early on, but nothing he could have done about that. Right inside of that right post. And Johnny Chavez loving the football that his team is currently playing at the moment. And Houston Salas now can say to his grandchildren one day that he scored a goal in the first ever 2017 CONCACAF League here.
Damas y caballeros, su atención por favor. Gol para el equipo Asociación Deportiva Santos de Guápiles. Anotado por el número 12, Houston Salas, en el minuto 39.
Well, it has been all Santos from the moment that the first whistle was blown, starting with a penalty kick called right before the 2-minute mark. It wasn't scored until about the 4th minute due to an injury from Akeem Benjamin, but Cunningham getting the early tally for Johnny Chavez's side. And then it was Matarrita. And as you just saw, Houston Salas making it 3-0 for the Costa Rican side, and now they are really cruising here in San Jose. Certainly a ways away from home in Guápiles at El Limón, but they are making the most out of their time here in the Monsters Cave in San Jose as Javon Morris looking to turn it on frame, but it's cleared away by Juan Madrigal. And it will be a corner for Keith Jeffrey's side, who are desperately looking for something to cheer about. An away goal would certainly do them a lot of good and would give them a lot of confidence heading home to Hasley Crawford Stadium in a week's time. But they certainly have a tall mountain to climb at the moment. Keon Joseph. It's a good corner, but the shot from Jesus Perez always going wide. And Perez certainly had a good look at it, and you can see here just unmarked as Santos electing to defend that corner zonally rather than man-to-man, leaving Perez wide open, but he just couldn't get the header right. And another opportunity wasted here for San Juan. Perez, good challenge though from the Santos back line, but it is going to be a foul. That is brought back by Armando Castro. Cunningham tied up. And it will be a goal kick. Johnny Chavez looking on and has to be pleased with the way his team has played here in the opening 42.5 minutes. Up 3-0 here in the first leg of the round of 16 in 2017 Scotiabank Concacaf League. And it certainly is a marathon, as this tournament will conclude in October. Obviously, these games being thrown in along with all these clubs' domestic league schedules, so it takes a lot of personnel management on the part of the managers to be able to succeed both in league play as well as CONCACAF league play. Santos with a game this past Saturday, so a very quick turnaround. As here's Barquero getting forward, but look at the pace from Nathan Lewis to track back. And he's going to see it out of bounds. Just toying with Barquero there, Nathan Lewis. By far one of the best players on this Jabloteh team. And certainly showing it here tonight. Doesn't have anything in the score sheet to show for it just yet. But I have a feeling that that man is not done. As Jabloteh will look to maybe change a couple things up at halftime. Keith Jeffrey, I'm sure, will have to make a change here and there to try to get his side back into it. Madrigal. Houston Salas gets upended, the most recent goal scorer for Santos. Azofeifa. Santos electing to play quickly from the free kick. Barquero settling things down. Raymond Salas. He gets tripped up by no call from Armando Castro. But now this time the foul is called against the Costa Rican side, as Damian Williams bullying over everybody to try and play quickly. And now it is going to be a yellow card issued to Raymond Salas, the first time that anybody has gone into Armando Castro's book tonight. And it will be the older of the two Salas brothers, Raymond, in his 7th season with Santos. Joined the club when he was 16 years old. Made 51 appearances for the Costa Rican club last season. San Juan looking to get a tally before halftime. Simpson turning. But good defensive play from Azofeifa. And now Cunningham with lots of green to gallop into. Matarrita supporting. Azofeifa. Getting word now that we'll have 1 minute of stoppage time added on to the 45 minutes. San Juan opened up here, across for Salas, but he takes a poor touch. However, it was offside, and the play will be blown dead as the AR on the far side of Estadio Ricardo Saprissa Aima had his flag up, not allowing Raymond Salas to try to equal his brother in the score tally for the evening. And there is the halftime whistle from San Jose, Costa Rica, the home side. 80 Santos de Guápiles all over the Trinidad and Tobago side. San Juan Jabloteh at halftime. Salas, Matarrita, and Cunningham are your goal scorers, and the home side right now with a comfortable lead in the first leg of the 2017 Scotiabank Concacaf League. We'll be back in just a few moments with highlights.
Damas y caballeros, ha finalizado el primer tiempo con un marcador de Asociación Deportiva Santos 3, San Juan Jabloteh 0. En Scotiabank, el banco canadiense más internacional, somos aficionados de los aficionados. Scotiabank, orgulloso patrocinador de la Liga de Campeones Concacaf. Para las últimas noticias, estadísticas del partido y lo más destacado del torneo, visite nuestra página en internet, concacafleague.com. Sigue toda la acción de la Liga Concacaf Scotiabank a través de la cuenta oficial de Concacaf en Twitter con el handle @concacaf y en nuestra página Facebook búscanos con @concacaf. En Scotiabank, el banco canadiense más internacional, somos aficionados de los aficionados. Scotiabank, orgulloso patrocinador de la Liga de Campeones Concacaf.
Welcome back to San Jose as we will take a look at some of the best moments from the first half of this first leg of the round of 16 in 2017. First ever Scotiabank Concacaf League, as it was certainly an entertaining first 45 minutes. And right off the bat, it was a penalty called against Juan Jabloteh, as it was Akeem Benjamin committing the foul, Matarrita drawing it, and it would be a penalty to the Costa Rican side in just the first 2 minutes. And then Kenny Cunningham stepping up for the second time in as many games, burying the penalty from 12 yards away, and would give Santos the early 1-0 lead in the 4th minute. Akeem Benjamin, who sustained an injury during the play, would be okay to continue. But you take another look there, Cunningham bearing it to the left side, beating Shamel Lewison with power, with placement, and as cool as you'd like, as it was a great goal from Cunningham, a great start for Santos, and the contrary for the Trinidad and Tobago side. And Johnny Chavez's team would not be done, as there would be more opportunities, as Cunningham almost got a second goal just minutes later on a nice little 1-2 between him and Starlin Matarrita, as number 88 and number 7 would be terrorizing the San Juan back line for the rest of the first half. Although the Trinidad and Tobago club did have some early opportunities, and none better than that one, as Lewis was looking for the foul and looking for a penalty returned by Armando Castro. Nathan Lewis, who scored 5 goals in the Caribbean Club Championship, laying it off there, and the shot blocked in front. It would be offside, it would not count. And then a few minutes later, Lewison making a mess of that one, but it would be called offside, as Raymond Salas would not get the tally. However, his brother would be featured later on in this highlight package and would later get a goal. And you take another look, as Salas clearly offside. And then this was the second goal for the Costa Rican club, as Matarrita blows it past Shamel Lewison. And Matarrita getting the second goal for Johnny Chavez and for the Costa Rican side, as that certainly got the crowd going here at Estadio Ricardo Saprissa Aima, as Matarrita getting his first goal of the 2017-2018 season in all competitions. And you take another look, Matarrita head down, able to put it on frame and just blows it past Lewison. And then Azo Feifa trying to get in on the mix of the goal scoring, as his header just goes wide, and he would have a couple of chances throughout the first half that would go just wide. And then the older, or rather the younger of the two Salas brothers, would get the third and final tally for Santos in the first half, as we'll take another look, and just great technique from Houston Salas, the 21-year-old, with great technique, great technical ability, and burying it into the far left corner. Nothing Lewison could do about it, and that goal would come right around the 38th minute. As you'll see one more time, just a simple little touch to set up the shot, and then the rest is history. And that's how we would finish the first half in San Jose, Costa Rica, with Santos leading 3-0 over Keith Jeffrey and San Juan Jabloteh FC, who are looking to bounce back here in the second half. But it is certainly a tall order against a very organized and a very clever Santos de Guápiles team. But I'm sure Jeffrey and his coaching staff are going to make a couple of changes at halftime, whether it be tactically or personnel-wise, to try to counteract Johnny Chavez. But either way, something has got to change if San Juan Jabloteh is going to get back into the match. And now we'll take a look at some of the stats from the first half, and you can see there that Santos just completely dominating the run of play, 58% possession, and a number of shots on goal as well as not on goal. And then on the other side for San Juan Jabloteh, just 42% of possession, just 2 shots to their name. And they are going to have to change up quite a bit to try to get back into this match, maybe just looking for an away goal. But either way, we'll find out in the next 45 minutes to come here in San Jose, Costa Rica. We'll be right back with second half kickoff. Welcome back to Estadio Ricardo Saprissa Aima here in San Jose, Costa Rica for the second half of this first of two legs of the first ever Scotiabank Concacaf League. And in the first half, it was all Santos de Guápiles, putting 3 goals past Gemma Lewison, who obviously is not happy with his defense's performance in the first 45 minutes as Santos are talking some things over, just trying to put this game to bed here in the second half. As they got some great contributions from Starling Matarrita, Kenny Cunningham, as well as the entire midfield. The defense really didn't have much to do, aside from a couple of half chances from San Juan. But it's very important for Santos to really put this game to bed, score a couple of more goals, because if San Juan can somehow find an away goal and keep the score 3-1, it is not a completely impossible task to try to go back to Trinidad and Tobago and maybe take care of business and somehow get a couple goals against this Santos team. But a lot of ifs, ands, and buts, but we'll try to sort it out here in the next 45 minutes. That second leg will be played at Hasley Crawford Stadium a little more than a week from now. But still the first leg to settle as Armando Castro blows his whistle. And we are underway for the second half. And if you're just joining us, it was Kenny Cunningham who got things started with a penalty in the 4th minute. And then it was Starling Matarrita and Houston Salas who provided the goals. Salas' 3rd goal didn't come about until the 38th minute or so, as Lewison immediately off his line, and San Juan getting some possession here. San Juan's best performances came from Nathan Lewis, as well as Javon Morris, the outside back, who was helping in the Trinidad and Tobago attack. And San Juan immediately with a little bit more energy and a little bit more sense of urgency moving forward. And that throw-in will stay with the team in green. Again, San Juan wearing the green jerseys with the red trim, black shorts and green socks, and Santos in the all red. Clearance away from Benjamin as Raymond Salas let it run through, and it goes all the way over to Josiah Trimmingham. Azofefa finding Cunningham in plenty of space. Kenny Cunningham in on a breakaway. The shot saved by Lewison. Oh, it could have been 4-0 and lights out for San Juan, but Lewison comes to the rescue and keeps it a 3-goal game. And denying Kenny Cunningham an early brace. He almost had 2 if not for a diving header that went just wide, just moments after he buried the penalty kick, as there's a foul called against San Juan. Azofefa. Cunningham with a cool touch to keep it. But Azofefa gives it right back as it's cut out by Damian Williams. Lewis linking up with Simpson, who gets taken down by Azofefa, and it will be a free kick for the Trinidad and Tobago club as Keithy Simpson goes down again. He's taken a couple of hard knocks in the first 47 minutes of this 90. Keon Joseph loses possession there. Matarrita up for the header, trying to bring it down. Kenny Cunningham overlapping. Azofefa bringing it down. Madrigal has his pass deflected. There's a neat turn upfield. Keithy Simpson going all the way over to Lewis, who was looking for it. Decent clearance by Michael Barquero, 26-year-old native Costa Rican in his 3rd season with Santos. Actually spent some time at Saprissa, the Costa Rican Giants, who have won the Premier Football Division 33 times and are really a dynasty in this superb country. So a nice little homecoming for Michael Barquero. Here's the long throw-in, as Ofefa is there first. Reed was lining it up. Now Reed sends it in. Lewis is there. Goes back out wide for Adrian Reed. Reed with a good ball in. There's the header, and it's a big away goal for Juan Jabloteh, who are scrambling to get the ball. We might just have a game on our hands yet. And it's Keithy Simpson with a beautiful header goal. Can't say enough about the service out wide from Adrian Reed, and Santos are absolutely stunned. And now the team out of Trinidad and Tobago, who are on their heels for the entire first half, have life here early in the second. Well, right from the start of the second half, San Juan just looked a little bit sharper and a little bit quicker in the attacking third. They almost went down 4 goals, if not for a big save from Shemel Lewison. Their keeper kept them in the game and allowed them to come down on the other end and convert a beautiful goal that you could watch time and time again. Service sent in from the channel, 101 from Adrian Reed, and it's finishing 101 from Keithy Simpson. And it's now a big away goal that could come
Damas y caballeros, su atención por favor.
And very handy for this Trinidad and Tobago side.
San Juan Jabloteh.
And this Santos crowd is absolutely stunned here at Estadio Ricardo Saprissa as this one is sent over the top. Salas running onto it, but there's a good sliding challenge from Benjamin, still with Santos, trying to send it into the middle, still Salas. Back out for the older Salas. Matarrita looking for a shot, blocked in front. And San Juan will send it down towards the other end. Much better pace here to the start of the second half. Matarrita looking for it. Goes all the way back as Lewison was looking for it, but his defender will claim it. As the goal scorer Simpson taken down. And he had a central midfielder who was begging for the ball in the middle of the park as they were looking to play the free kick quickly, but it seems like they're going to take a deep breath and try to get organized here offensively. And that's usually the case in a lopsided game like this. Before the halftime whistle, the team that was on the front foot most of the time comes out lackadaisical and a little bit lackluster. And Keith Jeffrey's side taking full advantage of that fact. It was really a superb goal from Juan Jabloteh. There's a bad giveaway there. Matarrita still on top of it, going out wide. Houston Salas blocked in front. And the San Juan defense looking a little bit tighter here at the start of the second half. But the midfield continually giving the ball away. Salas one more time, saved by Lewison and out of the reach of Azofefa. And now here's Simpson going out wide for Lewis. Plenty of space here to play for the Trinidad and Tobago club. Nathan Lewis. Still Lewis going for goal, but it's blocked in front. Now here's a long-range effort. It's parried away. Simpson looking for the rebound. But it falls to the Santos back line. End-to-end action here from San Jose, Costa Rica. Santos looking for another goal. Matarrita taken down, chipped over the top for Cunningham. And now Lewison off his line. As I have a feeling we are in for quite the second half here. San Juan really having to go for it on the road. And it's opened up all sorts of room to play, both in the middle of the field and on either end. in both teams' attacking thirds. As the goalkeepers are really going to be put to test here. Lewison has already come up with 2 huge saves that have allowed his team to get back into it. Santos a bit more patient this time down the field. Barquero. Simpson trying to find Nathan Lewis, but it's a bad giveaway, and it could be danger here for San Juan. Martirito over for Salas, but his shot over the crossbar. Houston Salas, who already has a goal to his name, looking for number 2. And some nervy moments here from Johnny Chavez. A little bit of an anxious walk from the manager, who started a couple of years ago with this Costa Rican side. And there's another look at the Lewison save, and it was just out of the reach of the oncoming Santos player as that shot just goes wide. And Matarrita, who has been all over this San Juan defense, continuing to be a pest, and now San Juan off to the races. Williams looking for the big switch for Nathan Lewis. He's able to pick him out. Nathan Lewis looking for an option, holding up his hands as if to say, who's going to join me? Reed trying to replicate that cross that ended up in the Keithy Simpson goal, but unable to. And it'll be a goal kick for Santos as Keith Jeffrey pleading to his team to be a bit more technical and clean in the attacking third, I can imagine. As they have certainly had their opportunities, but they've just gotten a little bit anxious when they get towards the other end. The one goal that they scored, it was very cool and very calm from the attacking team. And that one going to be called against San Juan as Damian Williams commits the foul yet again. Ian Smith just selling that a little bit. And you can see there the look from Keith Jeffrey, who was sprinting over to go get the ball and help his team out. Realized that his team wasn't going to be awarded the ball. Madrigal looking for a penetrating pass. It takes a friendly Santos bounce. And Jesus Perez forced to take the easy way out. However, it will be a throw-in for Santos in a dangerous area. Smith looking to send it in. Perez denies the service. It'll be another throw-in for the team in red. Sent along the sideline, sending it up into the air. It was Adrian Reed, but it was already over the line, and it'll be a corner for Santos. Santos looking to get that goal back after surrendering an away goal. That could really come in handy for Keith Jeffrey's side. The header on frame. Oh, it's another one. Santos devastating San Juan, who look to be crawling their way back into the match. It's a very well-designed set piece, and it is now 4-1 to the Costa Rican side in the first leg of the 2017 Scotiabank Concacaf League. Well, the corner in from Azo Feifa was a great one. A nice driven ball. And finding his attacking player there. As it's Eder Monguillo, the 32-year-old, the captain in his 5th season. Had a brace in their first game in the 2017-2018 Primera Football Division campaign. Has never scored more than 5 goals in a season in his entire career, and now has 3 in his first 2 competitions in this campaign. And now we're going to have our first substitute of the match.
Entrando al partido con el número 26.
As it's going to be Leonardo Adams coming in.
Saliendo del partido con el número
and he will replace
Raymond
Salas, the older of the two Salas brothers. Houston Salas with one of the 4 Santos goals. But how about Eder Monguillo chipping in from the defensive position in both games now for Santos, and now San Juan looking for perhaps second away goal, but now down 4-1 in this competition. It really is all about the aggregate in these first and second leg formats. And a second away goal would really do wonders for the San Juan team as they look to head back to Trinidad and Tobago and have to put on a performance for the ages at home. But still plenty of time for either team to put more goals in, as we've played just about an hour here in San Jose. Monguillo, Cunningham, Matarrita, and Houston Salas, the goal scorers for the Costa Rican side. Keithy Simpson, the lone away goal for Trinidad and Tobago club. And this one will go all the way back to Shamel Lewison. Half an hour remaining here from Estadio Ricardo Saprissa Aima. Home to Deportivo Saprissa, of course, the 33-time domestic league champions and Costa Rican Giants. Stadium holds close to 23,000, as there's another bad giveaway now sent into space, but it's going to be out of the reach of Houston Salas and all the way back for Lewison, who gets rid of it.
What you run in? What you run in?
Smith going out wide for Barquero. Kenny Cunningham. Azofefa. Very patient and methodical attack here from Santos. Now really in the driver's seat with half an hour remaining. Salas trying to let it run through. Nice little 1-2, almost a 1-2-3 back for Garo, but it's cut out by the San Juan defense. San Juan give it away. Goes out wide. Now the shot from range takes a deflection. And it is going to be a set piece now for Santos, who are looking to make it a whopping 5 here before the 65-minute mark. Having just scored from a corner kick via Eder Monguillo. Starling Matarrita on top of it. Similar ball towards the back post. It hits a Santos player on the head as Santos are unable to keep it in play. That's now twice from both teams that we've seen a shot that looks like it's going to hit the frame that hits one of their own attacking players before it could even get to the goalkeeper. As Leonardo Adams was just trying to help it along, and now a San Juan player injured as Starling Matarrita getting another breather on the sideline. He's already put in a goal tonight. Josiah Trimmingham stretching out a cramp, as it looks like there's another substitution ready for the Costa Rican side. And it appears to be Osvaldo Rodriguez who's going to come on for Santos. Santos winning the ball back one more time. Cunningham, still Cunningham, but that's good defensive work from San Juan. And now with numbers committed the other way from Santos, San Juan looking to operate in transition on the counterattack. Matarrita with a clever flick to keep it in play, but it stays with the away team.
Ahí, bien. Derecha, Ian. ¡Pelón! Derecha. Lleva Chino. Lleva Chino. Lleva Ian.
Good ball in for Simpson. Simpson with a good touch, already with a goal to his name, committing the foul though, after a heavy first touch. And Armando Castro telling him to calm down just a bit. And that is sold a little bit from Eder Monguillo, the captain. Jesus Perez not exactly thrilled with the call as Osvaldo Rodriguez makes his way onto the pitch. And now both Salas brothers substituted out. Houston Salas providing the third goal for Johnny Chavez, and now his day is done in the 65th minute. Santos, however, looking for more. Rodriguez getting his first touch. But that touch going out of bounds. And now we're going to have a substitution. The first of the evening for Keith Jeffrey. And it is going to be Jairo Escobar coming in and replacing Josiah Trimmingham, who was cramping just a few moments ago. And both coaches not wanting to take any chances with injuries still with domestic league play going on. And really just starting for the Santos team. San Juan already about 5 or 6 games into their schedule. Good work here from the Trinidad and Tobago club. As Ofefa going out wide for Cunningham. Plenty of room, but he's going to put the brakes on and slow things down for the Santos side.
Entrando al partido el número 16, Jairo Lombardo. Saliendo del partido el número 3.
San Juan having to come out of their defensive shell a little bit now. Down 4-1 on the road here in this first leg as Cunningham receives a solid pass and now sent into space. And now look at the pace on the outside. Good chance here, sent into the box, but behind the trailing Leonardo Adams. And the opportunity wasted there by Santos. Nathan Lewis. Been rather quiet here in the second half, but now getting into the mix as there's a nice little 1-2. Good step from Monguillo. Rodriguez over for Matarrita.
Hey, switch on! Watch it behind side! Watch it right now!
Here's Madrigal linking up with Matarrita. Oh, it's beautiful football into the box, parried away by Lewison. Oh, how good was that from Santos? About a dozen passes leading up to the play as the center back Madrigal linking up with Starling Matarrita. Only to have the cross sent away by Lewison. But it's mesmerizing football from the Costa Rican side. A pass for Cunningham just whiskers off. San Juan having a tough time getting out of their own end now. Azofeifa trying to penetrate the San Juan defense. Azofeifa with a big touch. Cut out by San Juan Jabloteh. And now the Trinidad and Tobago club looking to hit Santos on the counter. Nathan Lewis directing traffic. Still Nathan Lewis. Going out wide now. And it will be a corner for Keith Jeffrey's side. Keith Jeffrey trying to figure out a way to maybe get a second away goal. Would be nice to maybe put one away from the corner. That's how Santos got their most recent goal. Santos electing to defend zonally again. Jesus Perez had a free header in the first half from the same situation. It's a great ball in, headed away by the Santos defense as Williams sends it towards the back post, cut out by Santos. And now sent ahead for Rodriguez. Oh, it's a 3-on-1, and it's Benjamin left all alone to defend it. Going over to the left wing, now back across, but it is going to be offside. It was too good to be true from Santos, and it was. Leonardo Adams was waiting to just tap it in, but how good is that from Akeem Benjamin, knowing exactly where the attackers were and simply took one step that then allowed the assistant referee to make the call as it was offside. And you see the look there from Johnny Chavez, who can't believe that a 3-on-1 the other way didn't result in a goal. And they'll have to wait for their fifth. A little more than 20 minutes remaining here in San Jose. Santos in control in the first leg. This first ever 2017 Scotiabank Concacaf League. Teams from across Concacaf qualifying via their domestic leagues, domestic cups, and what have you. And vying for a right to call themselves the first ever CONCACAF League champions. It starts here in the round of 16. Santos starting off on the right foot. San Juan will have a lot of work to do when they head home to Trinidad and Tobago. This result probably already in hand for Santos as Rodriguez tied up. Referee says play on. Azofeifa was looking for Adams, but it's cut out by Adrian Reed, who has an assist on the lone San Juan goal. No call from the referee as that shot is in. Oh, it's a great strike. And Santos now have their 5th goal. And it is the substitute, Osvaldo Rodriguez, getting the tally and making a super impact as a substitute. And you'll take another look as the player who laid the ball off may have been coming from an offside position, but nevertheless, Lewison gets a touch to the shot, but not able to get enough as it hits off his hand and flies into the top corner. Osvaldo Rodriguez, all he needed to do was put it on frame. And this thrown into the air of relief from Johnny Chavez as his team now well in control of the result. And we'll have at least a 5-1 lead on aggregate heading to Trinidad and Tobago a week from now. But not if San Juan maybe have something to say about it to get a second away goal, which would certainly help their cause. But Santos here in the Monsters Cave in San Jose, Costa Rica, have proven to be too much for Keith Jeffrey's side. And we are going to have another substitution, as it's going to be Rigoberto Jimenez to come on here in the 74th minute. And he is going to replace Kenny Cunningham, who got things started in the 4th minute from the penalty spot. Cunningham with a superb match, being involved in a goal, being involved on the distribution side. Was very dangerous all game, and you take another look at his big moment that got things started in the 4th minute. His 2nd goal from the penalty spot in as many games. And a nice round of applause from the home crowd here at Estadio Ricardo Saprissa Aima. And now Jimenez onto the scene here for the remaining 15 minutes or so. San Juan starting to fatigue a little bit here towards the latter stages of the 2nd half. And they look like they might rally for a comeback early in the 2nd half when Simpson got the goal. And now here's Nathan Lewis looking to get on the end of this ball. Nathan Lewis with great pace, trying to get around Madrigal. Sends it into the middle, but it's out of the reach of Keithy Simpson. Great step overs there. Sends it to the box again. And now here's Matarrita on the other end. 1v1 with Reed. Matarrita into the path of Adams. Adams around the keeper. He's taken down, and it'll be a penalty. It's a deft counterattack from the Costa Rican side. Matarrita chose the right pass, finding Adams. Adams took a big touch around the goalkeeper, Shamel Lewison. And Lewison taking down number 26, and now an opportunity for number 6. And you can see there just a superb touch and great awareness from Leonardo Adams. And now it looks like it's going to be Michael Barquero, number 2, the 26-year-old outside back, or perhaps no, it's going to be Madrigal. As now the referee Armando Castro going back and giving Lewison a yellow card. As Madrigal, the 30-year-old center back, taking the ball out of the hands of Barquero. And now here to step up and make it half a dozen for Santos de Guápiles. Santos have already scored from a penalty tonight. The first goal of the game from Kenny Cunningham. Can Madrigal make it 2? Juan Madrigal makes it 6. Lewison gets the right way, but too much power. And the placement superb from Madrigal. Center back and one of the leaders of this Santos team. And now Johnny Chavez has to be all smiles there over on the touchline. And it's certainly all smiles from Madrigal, who gets his first goal of the 2017-2018 season. Take another look at how it happened and then how it finished. As Madrigal finishes in style. And the Santos team are absolutely flying here, enjoying every minute of this first ever Scotiabank Concacaf League. And Madrigal putting his print on history. And now a substitution as Akil Campbell comes on and replaces outside midfielder Verlin Mills. We have a little bit more than 12 minutes to play here in San Jose. Campbell scored the insurance goal against St. Anne's Rangers a couple weeks ago after the Adrian Reed penalty kick, which gave them a 2-0 win over a team they actually share their home stadium with, Housley Crawford Stadium, which is home to Defense Police as well as St. Anne's and San Juan. Holds about 27,000. Was originally the national stadium in Trinidad and Tobago, and now home to about half of the TNT Pro League. And Santos, even with a 5-goal lead, still pressing high up the field and looking to put as many goals in the back of the net as possible. And now the referee going to book Javon Morris for a bit of a naughty challenge. Morris, certainly a frustrating night at the outside back position. One of the more clever players on this San Juan roster, but has not been able to solve this tricky Santos team, who look for all in the world, barring a miraculous comeback from Juan Jabloteh in the second leg of this round of 16, are going to be moving on to the quarterfinals. Winner of this round will take on Chorrillo and Progreso, who finished earlier today as the first ever match of the Scotiabank Concacaf League, with Chorrillo advancing, or rather winning 1-0. Second leg of that will be played 8 days from now between the Panamanian and Honduran sides. Campbell looking to go out wide. Matarrita intercepts. Santos a bit lazy there. So it goes out wide for Lewis. Lewis trying to get on the right side of Ian Smith, but that's good defensive work from number 4. Lewis still with it. And last touch off of the Costa Rican side, and it will be a corner. It's a good whipped-in ball. The header sent down. Simpson looking for it. Team in green asking for a handball. They're not going to get it. Reed bringing it down. San Juan looking for a second away goal. Reed trying to get on the end of it, but it's good defensive work from Santos. However, it will be another corner. Corner whipped in. Campbell there. It's still loose. Back, the shot on frame. It's fumbled and now collected by Brian Morales, who hasn't had to make many saves tonight, but he did have to make that one. Morris held up in the middle of the park. Leonardo Adams just getting a hand on the San Juan defender. Do have a player down on the far side here. Keon Joseph. There's another look at the Adams goal, just sneaking it past Jamel Lewison, beating him at the near post. You can see what it means to the fans who traveled number of hours inland. Santos de Guápiles, located on the east coast, right on top of the water of Costa Rica. As Juan Jabloteh will slide over to the advertisement stanchions here and get some medical attention, but for the moment, San Juan will have to play a man down. As we approach the 84th minute mark, 6 different goal scorers for this Santos side. And Keithy Simpson, the lone goal scorer for San Juan. As we are going to have a substitution, as it's number 5, Shaquille Phillip, coming on to replace the injured Keon Joseph.
Damas y caballeros, atención por favor, sustitución para el equipo San Juan Jabloteh en el minuto 85.
Reed trying to hold off the defender.
Saliendo. El número 12, Juan Joseph.
And there's a nasty challenge from Adrian Reed, as he's not exactly a fan here. Or a fan favorite, I should say, here in San Jose, Costa Rica. Going in with his hands, going in with his feet. And now getting a yellow card from Orlando Castro in the 86th minute. And Santos checking on their fallen comrade Leonardo Adams, who scored the 5th goal tonight. Santos looking to maybe make it 7th heaven here in San Jose, as Azofeifa lines up to take the free kick. The big bodies for the Costa Rican side are in the area. Really no holding back for this Johnny Chavez club. Orlando Castro in position, but not liking all of the pushing and shoving that's going on in the penalty area. So he has a stern talking to with some of the offenders. Azofeifa going for goal. Oh, it's a great effort and just wide. Shamel Lewison didn't exactly think that Azofeifa was going to try it from that range, and that's probably exactly why he did. Great angle there. You can just see how close he was to being able to pull that off. Shamel Lewison was caught out of position, but luckily for him, the shot wasn't exactly on frame. San Juan, who got off to a flying start in the second half, scoring the first goal of the second 45 minutes. Fatiguing and just not able to keep up with Santos. As that ball is over the top, Keithy Simpson running onto it. The save initially made by Morales. Off of his line, though, is this sent all the way on frame. And a bit of miscommunication as Morales scrambling to try to keep it in play, and finally does. A little bit of an awkward play there from the goalkeeper, who hasn't seen much action, but has a goal scored on him. Santos looking for number 7, Matarrita. A great sliding challenge from Javon Morris that ends that Santos attack. And now San Juan on the other end. Nathan Lewis, he's looking for his first ever Concacaf League goal. It goes out wide. It's all the way across, and it's for Lewis. Nathan Lewis gets a second away goal for the Trinidad and Tobago club. And they have one more thing to cheer about here in San Jose, Costa Rica. It hasn't exactly been their night, but they do get 2 goals against a very solid Santos squad. It's 6-2 here in San Jose.
caballeros, su atención por favor. Gol para el equipo San Juan Jabloteh, anotado por el número 27.
And you can see why Matarrita was slow to get to his feet and why he's walking a little limp after that challenge. But on the other end, San Juan making no doubt about it, as Lewis did well to start the play and he did extremely well to finish it off. Great ball in from Jairo Escobar, who gets the assist. And Nathan Lewis, who continues to carry this team offensively, getting another goal. Lewis actually is yet to score in this 2017-2018 campaign in either international club competitions or in the domestic TT Pro League. But getting his first, and while it may not change the result, it certainly does a lot for this team's confidence as they'll head back to Trinidad and Tobago and look to mount the comeback of all comebacks next week. Now into the 90th minute. Santos just looking to hold on here. And while it would take a 4-0 result from this San Juan team in the second leg at the moment to go through, if San Juan were to get one more, certainly a much more attainable feat. 3-0 rather than 4-0. But either way, it's going to be a grueling 90 minutes back in Trinidad and Tobago in a week's time. As we take another look at the ball in from Escobar. And it was actually behind Lewis, who did extremely well to just get his foot on the back of his plant foot and just sort of tuck it in that near post. Nicely brought down. Perez, now for Lewis. Lewis looking to make one more thing happen. That's a great back heel. Nathan Lewis into the area, chopping it back Ronaldo style. Still Lewis going for goal, but it's blocked in front. And that attack is thwarted by the Santos back line. It was really clever, intuitive football from Nathan Lewis and friends. But probably one of the last opportunities that they'll have in this match. Certainly a frustrating night for Keith Jeffrey as he has become seated. He was very animated and upright for the majority of these 90 minutes, but now sort of accepting defeat at this point as it's along for Matarrita. Maybe one more left in store here for Santos. As Matarrita earns a throw-in. But not before the final whistle blows. Santos de Guápiles coming away with a 6-2 victory here in San Jose, Costa Rica, as they take advantage of their home side of these two legs. 6 different goal scorers for the Costa Rican club, and on the other side for San Juan, they get 2 away goals, and they'll have to have some sort of miracle back in Trinidad and Tobago. But that's going to do it from Estadio Ricardo Saprissa Aima. The final score, Santos 6, San Juan 2. Thanks for tuning in, folks.
Damas y caballeros.